This is a really short segment that's supposed to be nothing but a practical, useful, answer some questions I've received from champions about resources. And I'm just going to walk you through for about 15 minutes, and then we have something new to share with you, which I'm excited about. So let's share the screen again. So as champions, you often receive emails about resources from PWS&D. Maybe there's something new coming your way, and we're saying, oh, you should get a hold of this for your church. One of the things that people are curious about is how to order resources. So I have a little comic here about ordering online. I'll read it aloud in case the text is small for anyone. Why is there a $900 charge on my credit card? I used it to order this $10 coffee mug and an $890 TV. But why? In order to save money and get free shipping on this mug, I had to add something else to the shopping cart. But we didn't need a new TV. I know. That's why I threw it away. So it's just a little funny thing to say. The resources that you will get from PWS&D ship for free. Yay. I know I get caught in this little cycle sometimes too. So the first thing I wanted to say in regards to resources is, why do we create resources? And Karen and I chatted about this and thought, really, what are our primary reasons for creating things that you can hold or read online or share with your congregation? A first reason, a very important thing, is to represent the stories of people benefiting from our work. So one example I've put up on the screen there is our Presbyterian Connection newspaper. So many of you will know that if you flip through that, the pages with the green line on them, those are showing Presbyterian World Service and Development things. Sometimes there's always something from Guy. Sometimes there's a story from a person who has benefited from support from PWS&D. And I actually believe it's Rosario's story there, who I shared during devotions, making a tapestry too. So that's one of the reasons that we create resources. Another reason that we create resources is to help you as champions share about responding to need as an imperative of the Christian faith. So you'll see here I've highlighted two resources. One of them is Prayer Partnership. You should also know about the Overflowing Prayer Guide. And actually the prayer that we opened with is one that is being prepared for an updated prayer guide, which I'll keep you posted on because it felt timely. And actually we were out of Overflowing. It was so popular, we had none left. And we said, do we reprint it or do we update? We decided to update. You also see there, First Sunday in Advent, Hope. That's one of the liturgies. And those are very, very popular. People use them in their services to bring the work of PWS&D to the attention of their congregations. And they also just meditate on some very important things through using those liturgies. So that's the second reason, to help you as champions have what you need to share and encourage people to care for others as an outpouring of their faith. A final reason we wanted to mention was to show good stewardship of resources. So an example of this I have on the screen for you there is our 4-pager impact report that's at GA. It's on a truck right now going to GA, but this is the surprise. I'm so excited, and Karen has it queued up for us to show a video that goes along with it that is just brand new. So maybe you can interrupt my screen share there, Karen, or I'll stop it here.
Together, through PWS&D, we respond to systemic poverty and injustice, as well as conflict and disaster. In 2024, PWS&D supported 57 projects in 22 countries. Your support helped people in need access food security, health, livelihoods, and human rights projects. Esme is a single mother of 5 in Malawi who used to find providing food and paying for school fees an impossible task. After she learned sustainable farming techniques designed to help deal with climate change, her thriving farm now ensures the family has reliable access to food. Afghanistan is facing an extreme hunger crisis. Living in a small village with limited job opportunities, Ali and his family of 4 struggled to access food. A PWS&D project offered much-needed relief through cash assistance so that he no longer had to go into debt to provide food for his family. Vital emergency aid, including food, water and sanitation services, shelter, and healthcare and psychosocial support, was provided to many in need. In 2024, PWS&D's support helped sponsorship groups welcome 83 refugees to Canada. Your prayers and financial support helped make this possible. In 2024, your gifts to PWS&D totaled $3.6 million, enabling $7.8 million worth of programming around the world. We know that when we put our gifts in God's hands, God does remarkable things. Thank you for being part of this story.
Thanks, Karen, for your work on that video. So lovely, and yeah, representing the effectiveness of PWS&D's work. So what can we do with PWS&D resources? Firstly, show that video in your service. But you can use e-news updates or appeals that you receive via email or to send to your congregation, maybe in a church digital or print newsletter. Something else you can do is create and regularly update a table at your church or a bulletin board. This is the one we have in the office there. It's got the new poster on the right side, which you should have all received, but if you haven't, feel free to reach out. You can also encourage your minister to order resources in advance of Advent or Lent or PWS&D Sunday. So that's all very straightforward. There's nothing new there. But what I wanted to do, as I stop my share and share again, what I wanted to do is walk us through ordering resources on the PWS&D order form that is online. So as I open that up here, I thought I would lead you to it from the very beginning and then give you a little bit of a shortcut. I was just contacted by the minister to say, hey, we've run out of PWS&D brochures. We need to get some more. You're always welcome to send me an email and ask for them, but I wanted to make there be one less barrier to getting these as efficiently as possible for you. So we're going to go to WeRespond.ca/resources. You can also go to a different web address, which is Presbyterian.ca/order. But I wanted to show you our beautiful website here, our beautiful page. So if you haven't been here before, this is a page where we feature different things, and you'll see all kinds of stuff. You'll see impact video is linked here. You'll see gifts of change catalog. So some featured resources, things you can use in worship and you might not have thought of before. It might give you some new ideas. For example, resources for World Food Day. I'm not going to spend much of our time scrolling down here. That's not my point today, but if you haven't looked at it, I'd encourage you to. Yeah. So as I go up to the top there, there's a link to an online order form, and I'm going to click it. Is this form familiar to anyone? No, so this is news. One or two. Okay. So as we go on this form here, you can do all kinds of things, but I'm going to pretend I'm putting in an order here. So as I do that, the date's already going to fill. I can put the name of the congregation that I'm, so maybe Glenbrook. Glenbrook Presbyterian Church. And you may have knowledge of your congregation code. If you don't, that's okay. And you put in your email address. So we all know my email address, Goldstein@presbyterian.ca. And your phone number in case there's any issue with your order. The address to your church, which I won't spend our time putting in, and the name of the person who placed the order. If I'm ever putting something in for you, I will put my name and a note that I've put it in on your behalf. the thing I wanted to show you primarily is how to find PWS&D resources. So you'll see there's a few at the top, and then there's other Presbyterian resources. The most important thing to use is this categories drop down. I'm going to drop down by clicking that little arrow here. I'm going to go to Presbyterian World Service and Development and click the little button there. Now we see all kinds of things. And I've been asked by my congregation to order more of the PWS&D brochures. So I'm going to go down to where I see the brochure, and I'm going to type in the quantity of brochures that I want. And you know what? These ones are individual. So I'm going to put 50, and I'll end up with 50 brochures. But there are some other things on this form that come in a bigger quantity, and I'm going to scroll up here. So the bulletin insert come in packages of 25. So if I put in 50, we're going to have more than enough of these bulletin inserts for now until eternity. So if I only need 50, I'll put 2, and I will get 50 sent in the mail. Does that make sense? Okay. I think it doesn't like that I didn't fill out my address. So I told you this is a very quick session because all of these things down here are not going to actually populate because these resources are free. There's one resource on the form that you do have a cost associated with. Does anyone see what it is? Our book. We're so very proud of this anniversary book with beautiful photos, a photo essay of the work of PWS&D. That one, if you'd like to order it, there's a cost associated with it. And if so, we can walk you through that if you reach out to me, but there are some buttons here for how to pay for your order if that's the case. The majority of you won't be doing that. The majority is just resources for your congregation. The thing I didn't mention was pressing the submit button. I don't want to confuse our order fulfillment person by doing that, so I won't do that. I promise it was quick. That's it. But it's just so much easier on Zoom to do it like that instead of 12 different emails to all of you the next time there's something to order. So that is this whole session, and we're perfectly on time because we have something very exciting next.